recorded live in Jacksonville, Florida. This is Trivial Warfare. More than just a pub quiz, Trivial Warfare is your gateway to a worldwide trivia community. Join your hosts, Jonathan.
We just described Ric Flair as Neanderthal Man and Planet of the Apes.
Chris.
Yo, we going down to Sesame Street.
That's your impression of hardcore rap?
Carmela.
That would irritate the hell out. I'm like, I just want my groceries. My ice cream is melting.
Ben.
4 halogens in that list. Oh my God.
You were like, it's not the halogens. I'm like, no, Ben, no.
Those damn halogens got me again.
And the rest of the Trivial Warfare Army for another week of fun and games. Now here's your host, Jonathan Oakes.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Trivial Warfare. We are the podcast that takes the pub quiz out of the pub and brings it home to you. My name is Jonathan and I am here today with Zahkia Mendoza. Hello, Zahkia.
Hello, Jonathan.
I am here today with Nick Groves. Hello, Nick.
Hello, Jonathan.
Nick, Zahkia, I've noticed that in the last 5 minutes, Nick's energy has gone from high to low. And I don't know what happened. It's like his coffee wore off or something, but...
You don't know what happened? After spending 40 minutes working through sound issues where I have to sit quietly and let other people do things.
Fine.
I also asked him about things that are blank.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that
there
always
you go.
sets him off. Yeah. He doesn't want to say anything. He's waiting to get that out. All right. Well, we have some great guests today. Guest number 1, Mr. Clint Givens is with us today. Hello, Clint.
Hi, Jonathan.
And guest number 2, Mr. Josh Wennrich is with us. Hello, Josh.
Good morning, Jonathan. How are you?
Good morning. It's good to see you guys. I want to get to know both of you a little bit better. So, Clint, let's start with you. Tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Hey, I'm from Norman, Oklahoma, and I teach high school math here. And something fun about me is my family went on a trip to Austria this past summer.
Ooh.
To fulfill kind of a lifelong dream that my wife wanted to go there. Yeah.
That sounds cool. What kind of stuff did you do in Austria?
Oh, we did a lot of cool stuff. We hiked a fair bit. It was in the region with some lakes and mountains right by the Alps. And we saw a little castle, like a medieval castle that was really cool.
Ooh.
And we went up on a mountain in a little gondola thing that flies you through the air. It was a really beautiful, really great trip.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Love that. Very cool. Well, welcome to the show. You're one of our most prolific question writers. You're right up there with Rob Warman in terms of people who send
thanks.
questions. And you, both you and Rob have the distinct, in my mind at least, you're distinct because when you send questions, they're almost always really well thought out and really good. So I don't have to modify them very much. It's a pleasure to get your questions.
Aw, shucks.
Oh,
Well, I got to make them harder because the last podcast that came out on last Sunday, you gave me a round and everybody got all 3 right.
Well,
my game.
I mean, you did have a Jeopardy Tournament of Champions player on one of the teams, and you had 2 people who aren't Nick on the other team. So it was
Yeah, that's true.
pretty good. A good group.
Honestly, one of the best pieces of advice I can give you if you're trying out for Jeopardy, if you're trying to be a great trivia player, not being me is a huge part of that.
Yes. Yep. All right. Well, I want to go over to Josh. Josh, tell everybody where you're from, what you do, and something fun about yourself.
Sure. So I live in Williamsburg, Virginia, cradle of colonial America. I work for a small online retailer. I won't name them, but I'm sure you've used them once or twice in the past. And I, too, have been traveling quite a bit this past summer. We took the family to Colorado, did a lot of hiking as well, hit some mountains, hit some river runs. So it was a very nice summer of Joshua. Went to SporkleCon, did a little trip up there where I got to see Jonathan and Nick. Yeah. So that was fun. And now just enjoying the cool, or maybe not so cool, fall month at the moment. But it's been a good few months.
That's a good summer right there. How did the altitude affect you in Colorado?
Climbing up 4 levels of stairs for our first lodging. It was a little difficult the first few days, and my kids got a little sick. It hit us for first 72, 96 hours. It knocked us back a little bit.
Man, that first night, I was in Boulder, and we went up into the mountains. We were around, I don't know, 8,000 feet, something like that.
Yeah.
And just forget sleeping. I was up all night. I could not breathe. And I have a CPAP forcing air into my lungs, and I could not get enough oxygen for my body to relax. It was awful. So
you don't think about that, right? When you travel, it's Colorado. Like,
no, you don't think about that. And Denver was fine. It's the mountains that get you. All right. Well, I am glad that you are here. I'm glad that both of you are here. We are going to have a fantastic time today. I was saying earlier, this feels like a very high-powered game, so it's going to be fun to see how that plays out. And we're going to get started with Warm It Up, Chris.
It's time to warm it up on Trivial Warfare today. And there's only one person who can warm it up for the TWA, and that's Chris. And sometimes Jonathan.
All right, friends. Today's Warm It Up, Chris. Let me start by issuing Zahkia's version of the Mea Maxima Culpa, where everyone has submitted questions and we did not get them. And I have received a couple of Warm It Up Chris's, oddly enough, related to flags and stars and stripes. But this particular Warm It Up Chris idea comes from Marcus Plaisance, our friend.
Thank you, Marcus.
Louisiana.
Thank you, Marcus.
Marcus's idea, and it's a really good one, are countries that have at least one star on their flag. And since there's something like 50 countries that have that, I have limited to countries in the Northern Hemisphere that have at least one star on their flag.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, just you can do it. You can do it.
Oh, boy.
It's easier than you think. I will let you know there is one. It is, trust me. Or I will eat all of the crow if I'm wrong here. I will say there is one country that is bisected by the equator here that has a star on their flag, and I'm counting it because I am a kind person. There are also some island countries that I wasn't sure if they were in the northern or southern hemisphere, so I didn't write them down.
Yeah.
So you just left them off. So don't answer any islands? Okay.
I mean, if you want to say the islands, I have the list here. I could look it up, but yeah,
all right.
I didn't include any islands in the list. And there are 30, but we don't have to go through all, just leaving the room open. So let's just jump on in. Clint, you're up first.
The United States of America.
Beep. That was my only gimme.
Never heard of
The United States of America is a correct answer.
Usually I write down a list of what I think the right answers are going to be. My list was one long.
Sorry.
Josh, you're up next.
So I'll go with the country that I think bisects both, and I will say Brazil.
Brazil was not included on this list of stars on their flag. I don't They
do technically have stars inside of that little globe thing, I think.
27 stars. There are 27 stars on the Brazilian flag.
Now, is it above the equator?
Yeah.
I think the northern tip of it is.
Northern tip of it, yeah. I think it does.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. I will say it wasn't on this list here, but...
Bad list. We're accepting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brazil is definitely right.
I think I could give it to you, though. Yeah. I'll say, sure. Okay, Jonathan, what you got?
So I think the country bisected by the equator is China. I'm going China.
China's not bisected by the equator, but it is the correct answer.
Well, good. It's in the Northern Hemisphere. I'll take that. We don't know where the equator is at Trivial Warfare.
You had that exact argument with Carmela 4 episodes ago.
Did I really?
You're like, I think China is south of the equator. And Carmela's like, it's not even close to the equator.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yes, Carmela is correct.
Smarter.
Keep that in mind, that China is nowhere near the equator.
Nowhere near the
really?
equator.
All right.
I gotta look at a map. I can't look at a map while we're doing this.
Hundreds of miles north of the equator.
Okay.
Nick, what do you've got?
So it depends on what your definition of star is. but I'm going to go with Israel.
Israel counts.
It's a star for sure.
It's a star.
It's literally called the Star of David.
I don't know where she's going with how many points it needs.
Yeah, I mean, I understand if Brazil wasn't going to count, but yeah. Israel's definitely on the list. Clint.
I think Vietnam has one big yellow star.
I don't think Vietnam is. It's not on. No, it's not on this list. It's the equatorial thing that I am more worried about.
Vietnam is definitely north of the equator.
Then
The
this
equator
list
is
just-
so much further down than you think it is.
Oh yeah, I know where it is. I'm wondering why it's not on this list. This might be a weird list here.
This list may not be very good.
Oh yeah. So
What-
I
what
agree
bad
with you on
list.
Vietnam's flag, and I agree on the location. So Clint, I'm counting it. You get
Good.
credit, Josh.
Wow, China really is way far north of the equator, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Holy
The
God.
whole thing. Josh, you're up.
Yeah.
North Vietnam also has a big star. I know they're north of the equator. Not North Korea. What did
I was going to say North Vietnam, not a country anymore. Yeah, but North Korea, yes.
North Korea. Yeah.
North Korea is on this list, and it is a correct answer. Jonathan.
Oh, no. So when I'm thinking like European countries, what I see is a whole bunch of stripes, right? All kinds of horizontal stripes and vertical stripes. And then I go up into Scandinavia and I see a whole bunch of crosses. I don't see any more stars in my head.
Yeah, here's a hint. Get out of Europe.
Stay out of Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, you think?
Further south. Go further south, and there's like a ton of them.
Yeah, all right, sure. I will guess Saudi Arabia.
Nope, they do not have a star.
No.
So no.
Okay.
Nick.
I'm going to go with Israel's neighbor, Jordan.
Jordan is correct.
Isn't that more like a jump man than a star?
If only Jordan's flag was the jump man.
That would be freaking epic.
That would be
That is peak capitalism. That's not late stage capital. That is peak capitalism.
What's his net worth versus their GDP? Like, it's got to be close, right?
I don't know. Considering the rumors about Michael Jordan. But Clint, you're up.
The sun is a star, so I'm going to say Japan.
Ooh, that's brilliant.
Ooh.
That's brilliant.
It doesn't count, but I like that.
There is
Okay, well, you have to let me go again.
house in
Yeah.
North
doesn't
Japan.
Syria.
Syria is correct. Josh.
I don't know. I think I'll go with Pakistan. I think they might have a star.
Pakistan has a star. It is correct. Jonathan.
I cannot stress how bad I am at international flags. I will take a stab at Bangladesh.
Ooh, Bangladesh is definitely, it's not on this list, but we know we can't
it's
trust
probably
this
not
list.
right then. I don't know what
Oh, yeah. No, I know Bangladesh's flag. It is not a correct answer.
Yeah, I don't have, these are not educated guesses, Zahkia. If it's not there, you can be fine. It's not there.
Well, we're going to do one more round after Nick, and I will tell you, Jonathan, all you have to go is directly south
Straight
of Europe.
Yeah.
Just straight south.
And
you'll
then
have
just-
a
and then pick
whole
a country at
treasure
random.
trove
Okay.
of correct answers. Nick, in fact, give him an example of something he could do.
U.S. based country, Liberia, with its capital.
Liberia is a correct answer. That is not even as far south as you need to go, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Clint.
Algeria.
Algeria is a correct answer. Josh.
How about Myanmar?
Myanmar is a correct answer. Okay, Jonathan. Okay.
Due south
Directly
of
south of
Europe.
Europe.
Due south of Europe. All right. Tunisia.
Correct
Hey!
answer. There you go.
The closest country to Europe that's not in Europe that I could name, except for Morocco, maybe.
And Nick.
Morocco.
Morocco. Also a correct answer. So that was the last round. Do you guys want to throw some stuff at a wall, or should I just give them to
I've
you?
got two more that I think, or one that I know is right, and one that I think is right. Cuba
Cuba is correct.
and Turkey.
Turkey is correct.
Would Libya or Egypt be correct if we were saying south of Europe?
So Libya, as of recently, yes, with their change of their flag, that would be correct. Egypt, I don't know. I don't think so. They don't have a star. They have that little eagle emblem in the middle of their flag.
Oh, okay.
Is any of Chile north of the equator? I don't think it is.
No,
It's not.
but Chile does have that star. They look like Texas.
What about Colombia?
Oh,
No, Colombia does not have it. They're a stripe.
They're stripes, the yellow and blue and red.
I think I need to study country flags more. It's been so long since I've looked. I can't even recall any of them. It's
Right.
bad.
I mean, you could even just go like shapes on flags, like guns and animals and stars, and like you could break it down like that, and that would cover 80% of flag-based trivia.
Wow. It's a good point. Nobody's asking what the order of the colors is.
Right.
Right. I will let you know the ones that we missed. So Azerbaijan, Burkina Faso, Cameroon. The one that's bisected by the equator is the DRC. Djibouti has a star on their flag. Ethiopia has a star on their flag. Ghana has a star on their flag. Honduras. Mauritania has a star on their flag. Senegal has a star on their flag. Also, Nepal, Panama.
Really? Nepal does? I was thinking about them, but I was focused on the double pennant thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a star on that
Oh,
pennant.
shoot.
Togo.
It's like a 20-point star. It's like a circular star. The Nepal flag.
Uzbekistan and Venezuela.
All right.
Somalia? Did you say Somalia?
I didn't say Somalia, but we've established that this list is maybe a little bit incomplete. So flagpictures.com /flags with stars. You're
Get your together.
fix it up.
Oh, my.
But with that concludes our Warm It Up, Chris.
That is your Warm It Up, Chris. Thank you, Zahkia. Great job. It was a good one, regardless of whether or not I knew anything. So no judgment there. Today's episode, this is going to be on the main feed. This is episode number 448. We are 2 away from 450. So that's fantastic. Want to say for anybody who really loves the show, really likes the show, or just puts up with it, and you want to hear more, maybe we're just good background noise for you when you're doing whatever you're doing, you can get a lot more. You can get a lot more. Go to trivialwarfarearmy.com, sign up as a sergeant or higher, and you can get access to our entire backlog of old episodes. You're going to have a great time with it. There's some really good stuff back there. Go to trivialwarfarearmy.com. Hey guys, this is Jonathan. I am cutting in. I am here with Mr. Chris Hollister. Hello, Chris.
Hey, Jonathan. I wish we were talking under happier situations, but we'd be remiss if we did not speak up and celebrate the life of an amazing person. And so thanks for taking the time to do this. I know it was important to you, and you know it was important to me.
Absolutely. So we found out, today's Wednesday, we found out on Monday that our friend Pate Hogan passed away the night before. Pate was very special to us. He is the founder of Team Chris. Chris, one of my favorite things about Pate was that he resonated with you so cleanly. Like when he listened to the show, he heard himself in your voice, and he loved you in a way that was really clear. And so I think it's appropriate that you're here to talk a little bit about him.
Yeah. Pate was just one of those guys that when you talk to him, you just got energy. He was just a very positive individual. Just really, he loved trivia. He loved the TW community. Really and truly, he was definitely an Army member through and through. And honestly, I think we can say he was the first Army member.
Yeah, before the Army existed, he was thinking about us and supporting us and just wanting good things for us.
Yeah, because again, and you talked about it in the Facebook post, but just in case somebody didn't see it, he reached out to you and just said, "Hey, I love what you guys are doing. I'd love to buy you guys pizza."
Yep.
And and it was just a simple yet beautiful gesture, and it just 100% tells you exactly what you need to know about Pate. When he appreciated you, he wanted you to know he appreciated you, and he wanted to just show that love. And I talked to him shortly after he had his heart attack a couple years ago, and I mean, and even then, he was still very upbeat and very positive.
Yeah.
Very much felt like this was something he was going to defeat and fight through and whatnot. He has a daughter that he was fighting for, and just our hearts and our thoughts and prayers absolutely go out to them and their family. And I know there's been a few people that have asked if there's anything we could do for them. I have not heard anything yet, but I'm going to reach out and do that. But just know that if there is something you'd like to do, just to DM me, direct message me, and I'll and if I hear anything, I'll absolutely let you know.
Well, I mean, if we see
but again,
something,
let's
we'll
just
post it in the group.
just of kind of what you're saying. Just the Pate that I knew was just generous beyond measure, very sweet man, very good at trivia, very, very good at trivia, even though he downplayed how good he was.
I know somebody like that.
But he was just great. I mean, it's just one of those. My life was richer for knowing Pate Hogan.
Mine too.
And I know that there's definitely a hole in my life right now with him not being in it. Pate, I'm gonna miss you, buddy. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to miss you too. And just thank you for the impact you made on my life, but also thank you for the impact that you made on a lot of Trivial Warfare Army members' lives, because there's a lot of people that care about you and are remembering you right now, whether it's on Facebook or just in their thoughts. And we'll miss you, Pate. Thank you.
Well said, my friend. And I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you for taking some time to come on, Chris. All right, y'all. Today's matchup, it's Clint and Jonathan versus Nick and Josh. I'm feeling like I don't want to put any pressure on y'all, but I feel like we're going to have some high scores, and I don't plan on contributing. So here we go. It's Clint and Jonathan versus Josh and Nick. Zahkia's hosting, and it's time to play the game.
Players. Oh, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. This is Mr. Literature himself, cordially inviting you to the game. This is 6 rounds of trivia goodness, 3 questions per round. Every right answer gets you 10 points. In the middle, we'll take a pause for the cause and ask a midpoint question worth up to 20 juicy points. After round 6, you can wager any or all those points you've been building up and take a shot at the final round. It's a series of theme-based questions we call the Gauntlet. It's just that easy, baby. But this game ain't gonna play itself, players. Let's get it on.
Round 1, question 1. Your category is food.
No love.
No love?
No
Where's
love.
the love?
No love.
Wow.
Just food. Eat it up. Originally grown in Sardinia, what herb comes in curly leaf and flat leaf varieties?
You said originally from Sardinia?
Originally grown in Sardinia, what herb comes in curly leaf and flat leaf varieties?
Oh, well, if you have more knowledge, if you have actual knowledge about it, then I'm going to go with you. I'm just guessing at regional stuff.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. That's my recollection anyway. So you want to lock in with that?
Absolutely.
We're locked in.
All right, Nick and Josh, talk it out.
So Josh and I are apparently just naming herbs with no actual direction. He went cilantro or tarragon. I said basil or parsley. When I hear curly leaf and flat leaf herb, I immediately think green herb, right? Green, like actual plant-based.
You don't think turmeric?
I don't think turmeric, crushed red pepper. Like, I don't think it's anything. First off, Josh, let me say this. I have no basis for anything that I'm saying. This is strictly like, I feel like this would be the direction the answer should be leaning. And I'm thinking like fresh green herb. And when I think fresh green herb, I generally think basil and parsley.
Yeah, that's precisely my reasoning too. I feel it's one of those kind of regional herbs. I'm fine with basil. I have no substance or reckoning behind my guess. I'm fine with basil. I know, those come as very leafy. So
right. My issue with basil is I don't know that there's a curly variety. Like all basil leaves are flat. Like I can't recall seeing any version of a curly basil.
Sounds like a good drink name.
A curly basil. It does, doesn't it?
Can I have a curly basil, please?
Cilantro fits the bill, right? Cilantro and parsley I feel like are the same thing, aren't they, for the most?
No, they're different.
I don't know herbs. I'm not the chef in my family.
The chef in your family is the chef that you pay to come in and cook for you.
I generally don't have that much money. I thought about it.
Let's go with basil. I'm fine with backing that up.
Okay, we lock in with basil.
All right, Jonathan and Clint, what did you say?
So, Clint, before you answer, I want to say that the best logic that I was going to come up with was Sardinia's near Italy and Greece area in the Mediterranean. Pesto is big around there. Pesto is made with basil and pine nuts and some other things. So I was going to go basil because that seemed like locationally a good answer. Then Clint said, I have knowledge. I'm like, okay, I'll shut up.
So food is usually my worst category. I think it's literally my lowest on Learned League. So I didn't love this as an opener. But it turns out I think I had a backdoor into this one, which is my wife, we used to have rabbits. She had a rabbit when I met her, and then we raised rabbits. And I'm slightly worried, actually, since they mentioned cilantro, because I think the rabbits ate both cilantro. And I do really think this is the answer, though, which is what we locked in with. I think it's parsley, curly and flat.
Oh,
parsley.
Come on.
I will say I do have a correct answer. Jonathan, what you were getting at is things that are Italian in origin, right? Sardinia. Flat leaf of this herb is also called Italian flat leaf parsley.
Nice.
Parsley is the correct answer.
How about it?
Terrible question.
Good job, Clint.
Terrible question.
I'm sorry about round one, question two, Clint. This is also kind of a food question.
No.
Your category
pre-apology.
is winner, chicken dinner. What does the cordon bleu in the dish, chicken cordon bleu, translate to?
Oh, yeah, I'm comfortable with it.
We're locked in.
This is going exactly like I expected, by the way. I am chilling.
What is the translation of the French word blue and the French word cordon? That's
cordon
the question.
Bleu.
Right.
Yes.
Blue is blue and cordon is ribbon. So it's a blue ribbon. Blue ribbon.
Is that, did they lock in? We're going to go with that?
Yeah, they locked in. No, that's why I'm talking out loud. Yeah.
Well, I know that typically the dish is chicken with ham and cheese, but
yeah, and it's like a Swiss roll, right? Yeah. Isn't it like rolled up? But I mean, irregardless of what the dish is itself, the words translate to blue ribbon.
Yeah. Okay.
So, all right. So we're gonna log in with blue ribbon.
Jonathan and Clint, what did you lock in with?
You're hitting me where I live food-wise, because I couldn't have told you what the dish actually is. I realize now that your category name was a little hint with winner. It is blue ribbon.
It was a little hint. Yes. The correct answer is blue ribbon.
That's one of the best category clues I've ever heard. That's well done.
Oh, thank you. Round one, question three. Your category. This is not clever. Ancient militaries. What is the term for a Roman commander of a military unit consisting of 100 legionnaires?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
right, Jonathan and Clint, talk it out.
Clint, wouldn't this be a centurion?
It is. It's a centurion.
Has to be.
Century.
Yep.
Yeah, centurion.
We're saying centurion. It was a terrible cartoon, but a wonderful military rank.
You bite your tongue, sir. The Centurions was one of the best cartoons.
It was a good toy, Nick. It wasn't a good cartoon.
No, excellent cartoon. But Skyvolt beaming down the little parts of their costumes was amazing.
I've literally never heard of this.
Oh, it's
a
great.
thing.
So they had an air guy and a water guy and a land guy, and they had these suits. And then
You're thinking of Avatar.
They got no. They got to beam down from their space station Skyvault all these different like attachments to their super suits, and it would allow them to do different things in different areas, and they would have to figure it out. It was great. One of my favorites. One of the best.
The toys were literally human characters with pockmark holes all throughout their suit that you would plug things into. Like you'd plug wings like onto the back of the air guy.
Yeah. Ace McCloud was the air guy.
Ace McCloud. Wow. Lightning McQueen is a ripoff.
Yeah, it was Ace McCloud, and then it was the land guy was the big tank looking guy. It was Jake Rockwell.
Wow, Nick.
Oh my god.
This is the deep lore of Centurions.
Tell you, do not badmouth that show. It was great.
So we know your feelings on Centurion as a toy and a cartoon, but was that your answer?
Yeah,
Nick and Josh.
Centurion. Yeah, we got that pretty quick.
So your correct answer is indeed Centurion. Nice job, both teams.
Yay.
So at the end of round 1, Jonathan and Clint, you have 30. Nick and Josh, you have 20. Round 2, question 1, your category, Przewalski's animals.
Okay.
Standing on average between 28 and 34 inches tall at its withers and native to Argentina, a falabeja is a miniature type of what animal? Falabeja, Falabella.
All right, that then locked in. If that's the sure, okay, go for it. We're locked in.
Okay, we good with that then?
Yeah, I'm good with it. You have that's what thunder sounds like.
All right, so you're locked in. Clint, when I think of withers, I think of horses. But if it's Argentina, I mean they have gauchos. No, that's Venezuela more than Argentina.
They do. That's a whole big thing.
Yeah, so it could be horses. It could be horses. It could also be alpacas or something like that.
Well, I was thinking Przewalski, like that reminds me of, I feel like it's a zoo animal. And the one that came to mind was horse, like not with a lot of confidence. But since you say that that's what withers is about, I think we should go with it.
Horses definitely have withers. I don't know if anything else does. And 34 inches is just under 3 feet, which would make for a low-bottomed horse, yeah.
The cute little horses.
Yeah, we can say horses.
What is horse? Wait, horse is like linguistically, it's Latin would be equus, but how do you get falabella or whatever?
I mean, bella would usually mean beautiful. It's beautiful.
Pretty fala horse somehow.
Pretty pony.
Spanish?
I don't
know. Not horse
dude.
in Spanish. What is
no
horse
idea.
in Spanish?
Seriously? You just said
horse.
it.
Let's just do it.
Equus. As equus horse in
Latin.
Spanish?
No.
Is falabella horse in Spanish, Nick?
It's caballo.
So her name is Cabela. What is her name? Cabela. Camilla horse.
Cabello is not. It's a different vowel. But anyway, I think we should lock in. We're circling around. I think we should just lock in with horse.
Okay, we're saying horse.
Right.
What did
Our
you say?
conversation was kind of similar.
Really? Did you bring up Camilla
Cabello? Yeah. Josh said, "Is it a horse?" And I said, "At 2 feet tall, I think it's probably a penguin because Argentina and penguin. That's not an animal that you really tie together." And he goes, "But a Przewalski is a horse." And I go, "Well, beep, you know that. That's the answer."
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, Przewalski is one of like the last, or if not the last, untamed horses. So that was my into the term because I had never heard of falabella.
Okay, so let's break it down a little bit.
Break it down.
Her name is Camila Cabello.
Oh, I'm
not
bad at
Caballo.
Yeah, all right. Well, very close.
She's
very
not
close.
Camila Horse. It does remind me of like people mixing up the Spanish word for horse with onions. Like, oh yeah, look at those cebollas run. Yeah, it's not.
The running of the cebollas.
And Camilla, the gurney, right?
Camila?
Yeah.
No, is this a name?
Camel?
How do you say stretcher in stretcher in Spanish?
Is her name Gurney Horse?
It's a stretcher horse, I think. That's what she's named after, obviously.
Obviously.
That was one of Gary Middleton's nicknames once upon a time. Gurney horse. Forrest, he lives in Gurney. The man's a horse for sure.
Yeah.
Gurney horse.
Yep.
Clinton, you were asking, what is a Falabeja? It's someone's last name, just like Pedvalsky is someone's last name, both referring to horse. Horse, of course, is the answer. Nice job, both teams.
Excellent work.
Round 2, question 2. Your category is classic movies, brought to you by Nathan McQuinn.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you, Nathan.
Thank you, Nathan.
Sharing his name with a capital of Sudan, what is the name of Jack Woltz's racehorse in the movie The Godfather?
Sharing its name with the capital of Sudan.
I'm just going to go ahead and say this because I have meow meows.
Oh.
We also have
3, 2,
meow.
It is.
Y'all are having meow meows. I'm like, wait, North Sudan or South Sudan? What are we talking about here?
I just know the name of the horse.
Yeah, I trust Clint. I'm not worried about it.
So, do you guys want to do a 3, 2, 1?
We can do 3, 2, 1.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Cartoon.
That sounded like two different words. I heard Nick say cartoon.
Kartoum. Cartoum is what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pronouncing all of
I added an
letters.
extra syllable, but it's the same letters.
Yeah. Your correct answer is cartoon.
Now that's a horse of a different color.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, horses. You're starting to see my through lines. Not everything has through lines here, I promise. Yep. Round 2, question 3. Your category is authors, brought to you by Gage Meyer.
Thank you, Gage.
Thanks, Gage.
Thank you.
Which well-known author born in Motihari, India in 1903 with a given name Eric Arthur Blair, not Author Blair, that would be so appropriate, wrote several classic novels which are heavily influenced by his democratic socialist beliefs? I will paste this in the chatteroony.
Oh, yep. Sounds good to me.
We're locked in.
Okay.
Do you have anything on this?
Your answer was what I was thinking as well. I mean, yeah, George Orwell wrote Animal Farm.
There are horses in Animal Farm.
There are horses in Animal Farm.
Yeah, so that's a good.
I think his name was Eric Blair was his original name before going to a pseudonym.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot more information about that. I know he's English, and I know he was born in India, and and he wrote Animal Farm, which has horses in it. I don't think we're going to come up with a better answer, even if this isn't right.
The timeline works as well. I mean, he was big mid-century, so I think we go with it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Locked in with Mr. Orwell.
Okay. Jonathan and Clint, what did you say?
Eric Blair is my boy, George Orwell.
I promise I wasn't trying to make any more horse references with the Animal Farm.
You're just so good at it. You can't help doing it.
Yeah. Your correct answer is indeed George Orwell. Nice job. At the end of round 2, Jonathan and Clint, you have 60. Nick and Josh, you have 50. Round 3, question 1. Your category is actors.
Acting?
I'm going to...
Brilliant!
This Academy Award-winning actress was named after the actress who won the Juvenile Academy Award the year she was born. No word on the name origins of her brother, who has also won an Academy Award.
No idea.
No idea.
A no idea? Another animal?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that fits exactly with what I was typing.
How about that? I didn't think last name. I was thinking, okay, you went first name. I see that. Okay.
Yeah, let's screw it. If that's the best luck we could possibly have, let's lock that in and make them talk.
There we go. All right, we're good.
All right, we're locked.
Okay.
All right, Jonathan and Clint, talk it out.
So, Clint, there's no years in the question, but I feel like we don't have Juvenile Academy Awards today, right?
No, I feel like it was probably just in the early days of the Academy Awards.
Right.
So I like what you're thinking. And
yeah, Shirley Temple's what I'm thinking as a person that I feel confident won a Juvenile Award. That puts this way back, because she would be winning a Juvenile Award in like the 1910s, maybe? Early 20s?
Well, no, the Academy Awards didn't start till 1927.
Okay. When was Shirley Temple?
That would have been when she was around, right?
Yeah, I'm not really clear on her time span, but it could be that I'm just.
I think she was probably doing movies as a girl in the 20s.
Okay, I'm fine with that. So then that takes me to somebody like a Shirley MacLaine. I don't know if that's an Academy Award winner. It's just a name of a famous actress. Can you think of any other famous Shirleys?
I'm not positive, but surely I can. Shirley Jones. No, I can't.
Okay. Do you know any other actresses that won the Juvenile Academy Award? Assuming that Shirley Temple did win one. And McLean Stevenson keeps rolling around in my head, and that doesn't help because that's a first name.
Maggie Gyllenhaal. Who are actresses that have brothers? Has she won an Academy Award?
That's way too far current, though.
No, this person named after this person.
No, was named after the actress who won the year she was born. So if it's Shirley Temple, this person was born around 1930-ish, which means that.
Yeah.
You guys have about 40 seconds to come up with your answer.
You want to say Shirley MacLaine?
Yes.
All right, we'll lock in with Shirley MacLaine.
Nick and Josh, what did you guys say?
God, it's amazing listening to other trivia people who don't know the answer try to put it together, because the conversation that you had was essentially the conversation that I mean, we didn't really have a conversation, but we simultaneously hit it from exactly the same angles that you hit it from. Jonathan, the thing that makes me really laugh is that you said Shirley Temple, which is exactly the route I went. I'm like, if there was a Juvenile Academy Award, Shirley Temple probably won one.
Yep.
And at the same time, Josh goes, actors with siblings, with brothers who have won Oscars. He goes, Shirley MacLaine. And that was the first thing that both of us put together. And we're like, Shirley Temple, Shirley MacLaine. That has to be it.
Yeah, I knew Shirley MacLaine's brother they don't share the name, but it's Warren Beatty. That's what I knew.
Oh, well, that makes a big difference.
Warren Beatty and Shirley MacLaine were siblings. And those are the only two siblings I knew had ever won. I couldn't think of anyone else recent. And then when he came in with Shirley Temple, I'm like, that's it then, yeah.
Yep. Also, Jonathan, Juno Temple is an actress.
There's one.
Temple.
Yeah.
Right. Who was Keely in Ted Lasso.
Is there no Temple Stevenson or something like that? Temple somebody?
Templeton was the rat in...
No, God, who Templeton is.
Charlotte's Web.
There's Tempest Bledsoe.
Oh, that might be what I'm thinking of, actually.
Yeah.
Well, you guys just took all of the sabor, all the flavor text. Your correct answer is indeed Shirley MacLaine. Yes, named after Shirley Temple. Her brother is Warren Beatty. Shirley MacLaine, born in 1934. That was the year of the Juvenile Oscar.
Do you have any information about the Juvenile Academy Awards, like when they ran or what kind of people won them? And I just searched for first name Temple, but it pulled up an adult picture of Shirley Temple, like what she looked like as an adult. Have you ever seen her as an adult?
I assume that she didn't. Okay.
Very
Makes
cute.
sense.
She's beautiful.
She looks like every other female actress of that generation.
Ouch.
Ingenue.
Let's see. Jonathan, some sabor for the Juvenile Academy Award.
Sabor me, baby.
34 to 60.
Sabor. It just seems like it's been handed out intermittently over the years. Shirley Temple has received one. Judy Garland has received one. Margaret O'Brien?
No, the big names are Shirley Temple, Mickey Rooney, Judy Garland, and Haley Mills was the last recipient of the award in 1960.
Yeah.
Not for The Parent Trap, though. For the Pollyanna.
Pollyanna. Huh. I watched that movie.
Someone I'm compared to a lot for some reason. I don't know why.
That's weird.
But yes, it looks like Nick is at the same Wikipedia article that I am at.
Correct. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that Sabor. Let's get into round 3. Question 2. Your category: science.
Science.
Hypersensitivity to gold jewelry is statistically linked to allergies to these 2 transition metals, number 27 and number 28 on the periodic table. Number 27 is often an additive to gold jewelry to make the piece less malleable. Number 28 is also sometimes added to a lesser degree, but that may be due to availability and not assumed color.
Josh,
Right.
you're the science. You're the. What do you do for a living?
I work for an
Ex-military.
online retailer. Ex-military, yeah.
Jonathan, I know these.
Oh. Well, why aren't you saying them?
I will. Here. No, Jonathan. Very much no.
No? Why not? Okay.
I studied the periodic table recently. I was like, I'm going to nail this down for trivia, and I did.
That's wonderful. Then
I did
we're gonna
that.
lock
I did
in.
that a couple of years ago.
I did
Yeah.
too. I never remembered it though. I got really good at African countries for a couple of years, and then I lost all that too.
Yep. I remember you were going through the name the countries in the
Yep.
world quiz
That
over
was
and over and
helping a
over and over
lot.
again. Yeah.
Are you okay
it's-
with locking that in, Jonathan?
Oh yeah, we're locked in.
Great.
Okay, Nick and Josh, talk it out.
So, Nick, how confident are you on your numbers?
I'm 99%. I mean, especially that top row in the middle.
Yep.
That I'm very confident in that. And then the next row under it are all the EMs, right? It's like the rhodium and the palladium and the all of that stuff, along with the cadmium, and that's all that second row.
No, so going on the top row of transitionals, yeah, I know. Yeah, I think it goes like iron,
It's
cobalt,
iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, gallium. And
gallium. So zinc.
that's where I kind of lose it.
Okay, so zinc is 30. I mean, the reason I said copper because of the last clue, number 28 is sometimes added to a lesser degree, but maybe due to the availability, not the assumed color. And copper is, kind of brown.
We know iron is 26. I'm sure of that.
The nickel and cobalt.
Yeah, the next two are cobalt and nickel would be 27 and 28, and then copper would be 29, and then zinc would be 30.
Okay.
I'm 99% sure on that.
Yeah.
I think.
All right.
So is that good enough, Zahkia?
That's good.
Yeah. Is that what you want to you're locking in with that?
27 and 28 is cobalt and nickel, and we're locking in.
Okay. Clint, you knew this cold.
Yeah, I got some flashcards some guy made a couple months ago that have little images to remind you of each one. And 27 is a cobblestone that's 3 inches on a side, making it a volume of 27. And cobblestone sounds kind of like cobalt. And then 28 is the year before the great stock market crash, 1929, and everyone had more money than they had a nickel, as opposed to what they had in 29, which was just a copper penny. So we locked in with cobalt and nickel.
Wow.
So
some mnemonics right there.
That is super clever. I love it. And your correct answers are nickel and cobalt. Both teams got it. And I'm so glad that both teams got it because I goofed in the question. So my clue about 27 and 28 are flipped. Nickel is the one that's added to gold jewelry to make it less malleable most of the time. And cobalt is the one that's added to a lesser degree. And the assumed color is blue because haha. But you guys got it. So it's fine. And I would like to let everyone know that I believe I'm allergic to all 3 of these metals.
Whoa.
So yeah, so much fun. Let's get into round 3, question 3. Your category is music.
Music.
And he did not send this question for me, but shout out to Niv for inspiring this. His Stevie Wonder all killer no filler question.
Yeah.
It set me on a spiral and made me write this question.
Wow.
So your question, Stevie Wonder released All I Do in 1980, but he wrote it in 1966 for what ill-fated Motown singer, probably best known for her partner work that started in 1967. Bonus, what megastar sang background vocals on Stevie Wonder's version of All I Do? Something that he would notably do again for another minor artist in 1984.
Clint, I'm going to mute myself. Do you know the song, or do you need help placing the song?
I don't recognize this right now.
All right, I'm going to sing the song in a message just so that you have a sense of what song it is.
What? Oh, the lyrics, you mean?
All I do is think about you.
Huh. Beautiful. I don't think I know that song, Jonathan.
Okay. Clarity on the bonus. When you say something he would notably do again for another minor artist in 1984, that's saying that the same megastar sang on Stevie Wonder's version of All I Do and somebody else's version of All I Do?
No, for a different song for a different artist in 1984.
Okay.
Oh, minor artist. So no, not that.
Yeah, I love the way I just typed that.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
I like that too. So I'm gonna start spelling it.
Me too.
You guys have a minute left to noodle. Time. I need answers.
Put a lock in.
So, Clint, let's say Ross and Mick Jagger.
Okay.
And
sure.
I spelled, the funny thing for us was that I spelled Mick Jagger as a Scottish name, MC Jagger, and it really felt right.
It does.
It 100% that or another drink at McDonald's, a new alcoholic drink.
Can I have the Mick Jagger, please?
Oh, that's brilliant. I love it. All right, Nick and Josh, what did you guys lock in with?
Yeah, so we really didn't have much to go on. I knew a couple names I know are associated with Motown, like Gordy. I think Berry Gordy was, the president. I know he had kids who were singers. I also had the name Terrell in the back of my head. There's a female singer, I can't recall her first name. So between those two, I ended up flipping a coin and went with Terrell. And
Tammy Terrell. Tammy's her first name.
For the bonus, we, as I said, jumped the gun, but we went with Michael Jackson off of his background singing vocals for Rockwell. So
yeah,
that feels good.
Okay. All I Do was written when Stevie Wonder was 16 years old, and he wrote it for someone who was known for her partner work with Marvin Gaye. And the correct answer is indeed Tammy Terrell.
Yes, good work.
Yeah, Clint, I literally was saying to myself, I feel like this is somebody who partnered with Marvin Gaye, but I thought maybe I was just imagining because I had said Marvin Gaye is ill-fated and not a female. And as soon as he said Terrell, I'm like, they absolutely work together, and I just forgot her name.
That wasn't in there for me.
And both of them were ill-fated. Marvin Gaye for, obvious reasons. Yeah. But Tammy Terrell was definitely ill-fated too. She passed away of brain cancer at the age of 24.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she found out she had it by collapsing on stage when she was performing with Marvin Gaye. Found out she had brain cancer. She continued to record and eventually until she couldn't anymore. And she passed away in 1970. So that's why they stopped doing their partner work, is because she passed away. But yeah, your correct answer. Yeah. Correct answer for that is Tammy Terrell, the megastar that provided backing vocals on Stevie Wonder's version of All I Do. And if you listen to it, you can definitely hear him on it. And he also provided backing vocals on Rockwell, Somebody's Watching Me. Your correct answer is Michael Jackson. I would also...
Josh.
Wow. Good job, y'all.
Yeah, very good job. I would also encourage people to listen to Tammy Terrell's version of All I Do, because if you're familiar with Stevie Wonder's version, it's very kind of boisterous and very much all I do is think about, it's a love song, yeah? Tammy Terrell's version, it's amazing what a key change and a tempo change can do because hers sounds very stalkery. It's kind of haunting and spooky.
All I do is think about you. Well, that's a stalkery line for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody's watching me.
Yeah, somebody is watching me. But yes, nice job, Josh, specifically of Nick and Josh. And that makes the score very interesting at the end of round 3. Jonathan and Clint, you have 80. Nick and Josh, now you guys have 82.
Yeah, that was a big get.
Ooh.
So let's get into your midpoint. Your midpoint is the category, or I'm just making this up, Mexican states that are also other things.
Okay.
The names of these Mexican states, I'm just going to describe them with either fun descriptions or other things. One of these descriptions actually comes from Matt Bowers. He did not send this to me as a Mexican state, but I kind of weaved it into the midpoint because it made a lot of sense. So thank you, Matt. Whew. So I'm going to give you a description. You tell me what Mexican state this applies to. Number 1, a 2004 movie starring Viggo Mortensen that was the last major film to be released on VHS. That came from Matt Bowers. Number 2, a sauce made from peppers grown on Avery Island. Number 3, an SUV made by Dodge or a limited edition passenger coupe by Ford. And number 4, you'll end up in hot waters if you don't get this one.
Could you paste them, please?
Absolutely.
Was there something after if you don't get this one?
Nope, that's it.
Oh. Okay.
So, Nick, I think we got the first 3.
Yeah. I mean, we pre-called 2 of those 3.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, we're locked in.
Okay.
All right. You want to name some Viggo Mortensen movies? The Two Towers.
I do want to.
The Return of the King is actually 2003. So after that, the next movie I remember him making, I think it was like Sahara or something like that, which he was trying to like race a horse across the desert in that movie.
But
that would have been
Sahara is
around
not a Mexican
2004,
state.
but it's not a Mexican state, right?
You guys have 30 seconds.
You got 30 seconds. You leave me alone.
Could it be Sonora? I mean, I don't know that to be a movie, but it's definitely a state.
Shoot. We don't have an answer. We got 30 seconds. So, yeah. Could be. Why don't we say Sonora, Jalisco, Durango, and Aguas Calientes?
Yes, I agree.
All right. That's our answers.
So say it one more time.
Sonora, Jalisco, Durango, and Aguas Calientes.
And Nick and Josh, what did you say?
So the Viggo Mortensen movie racing a horse across the desert is another horse question out of Zahkia. So we immediately knew that was the answer. The name of that movie was Hidalgo.
Hidalgo! Beep! That is the name of that movie. I knew that was going to be the movie. It felt like the one he made right after Return of the King.
Yep, that's exactly it. And horse. So,
of course,
obviously, Zakia's on a horse kick here. The second one, Josh, was the one you pre-called.
Yeah, so I knew that this sauce is pretty famous for being localized in this one island. From Louisiana, it's Tabasco.
Oh,
we went away from Tabasco to Jalisco.
I pre-called the third one, which was Durango, which was the car. The pre-call that didn't get used was Chihuahua.
I pre-called Chihuahua and didn't get to use it.
Yep. And then the last one, Hots Water, Hots plural, water singular. We have figured out was
Hots Waters has an S too.
Not in the question.
In the question singular. She pasted.
In the chat it does.
It's Hots Waters.
Oh, it's Hots Waters? Oh, well then we screwed that up. So because we said Agua Caliente. Calientes with an S. Agua Calientes. Hots Water.
Okay, so let me go over the answers. So 2004 movie with Viggo Mortensen. I guess this is me coming out as a horse girl. I went to horse camp shout out Boots and Bridles, but I am not a horse girl. This has happened to be this way. Your correct answer is Hidalgo. Nice job. The sauce made from peppers grown on Avery Island is Tabasco.
That one hurts.
Though there is a hot sauce that is made in Jalisco, so don't feel bad.
No, I still do.
The SUV made by Dodge or the limited edition passenger coupe by Ford. Both teams got this. It's Durango. And you'll end up in hot waters. I made sure to put S's on both because the correct answer is indeed Aguas Calientes. So I'm sorry, Nick and Josh. I am not going to give that to you, especially because Jonathan and Clint got it right. Yep. So goodness, it's still close. At the end of the midpoint, Jonathan and Clint, you have 90. Nick and Josh, you have 97.
Whew. It's essentially an insurmountable lead.
97 to 90. Cool. Hey, everybody. Before we get on to the second half, I want to let you know that today's show is sponsored by Every Plate. So why Every Plate? Well, with Every Plate, you get more bang for your bite. It is America's best value meal kit delivery service. And I don't know about y'all, but I look at the prices of everything now. And Every Plate is 25% cheaper than grocery shopping for the same stuff. There's no hidden fees. You're getting great value week after week. And, you know, something that I do, I go to the grocery store and I buy too much of something, right? And I always end up with food that goes bad in my refrigerator. But with Every Plate, I don't have to worry about that. I only pay for what I need because it comes with pre-portioned ingredients. So it's ready for me to cook. They give me easy instructions, and it's so easy to cook these things. They take 30 minutes or less. I could do it with Sebastian. I've absolutely been in the kitchen with Sebastian. He's like, what are we doing? Can I do that? Can I put that on there? It's a cool experience. So I think you should try Every Plate. You know, you think about savings. The meals from Every Plate are 50% cheaper than an average fast casual meal. That's a big difference, y'all. And you know with Every Plate that they care about the environment. They offset 100% of their delivery emissions, and their meals have a 31% lower carbon footprint than your average supermarket meals of the same portions. They are doing this on purpose. They want to be a company that you can feel good about. It's obvious, and you can feel good about Every Plate. So get $1.49 per meal right now by going to everyplate.com/podcast and entering code 49TWA. That's right. You can get started with Every Plate for just $1.49 per meal by going to everyplate.com/podcast and entering the code 49TWA. I hope you give it a try today. All right, let's get on with the second half of today's game.
Round 4, question 1. Your category is sports.
Sports.
This question is brought to us by Benjamin Green.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Thanks, Benjamin.
Thank you, Ben.
El Clásico is the name for one of the biggest matches on the European soccer calendar in the Spanish La Liga between two of its most famous teams, Real Madrid and Barcelona. El Tráfico is an MLS match between two American soccer teams that play in what city?
Really, dude?
Not a sports guy.
Man. All right, let's go ahead and go with it. We'll lock in.
Okay.
Josh?
I don't have a lot of familiarity with Major League Soccer. My two thoughts were New York or LA. I know the LA Galaxy. I don't know the other team. If you're confident that LA has two teams, I'm fine with that. It makes sense because LA, I think, is the worst city for traffic in like 20 years running. So it goes along with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's an LAFC. I think, although maybe they're just calling the Galaxy the football club. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Well,
but anyway, I don't think New York has the Red Bulls, but I don't think they have another. I don't think they have another team. I don't know of any city that has.
Yeah, I'm fine with saying LA because I just don't have a lot of substance behind any other cities.
Sure. Can I just say that the Portland Timbers Stadium is one of my favorite stadiums in any sport anywhere in the country. It is a underground stadium. It is a recessed stadium where the nosebleed seats are at street level.
That's so cool.
So you can you can literally stand on the sidewalk and look down onto the field without even buying a ticket.
It is heard really you talk about this before.
Yeah, I have talked about it before. I used to have a business in Portland, so I spent some time there. But yeah, let's go with LA. We'll lock in with LA.
Jonathan and Clint, what did you guys say?
We said, hey, El Trafico sounds like a pun on traffic. Traffic in the U.S. is either talking about Atlanta or L.A. The one most likely to have two soccer teams was L.A., so we said Los Angeles.
The two soccer teams in question are the Galaxy and LAFC. Your correct answer is Los Angeles. Nice job.
Hey.
Yay.
Nice.
Round 4, question 2. Your category is crime and punishment. This name for an improbable legal defense was coined by reporters in San Francisco after Dan White blamed his consumption of this snack food led to diminished capacity, and thus the murders of Harvey Milk and George Moscone.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're good with that, then we can lock in.
Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and lock in because we have meow.
Okay.
Clint, this is something like the Twinkie defense. Or the, the Ho-Ho defense, or the Cupcake defense, or the Tootsie Roll defense. But I think Twinkie is the one that comes to mind.
I think it's Twinkie. I definitely heard this, and you're right. Yeah, I was on Cheetos, but it's Twinkie. I think we should lock that in.
Yep, so we're going to say Twinkie.
All right. Nick and Josh, you had meow meows. What did you have it on?
I came in pretty hard. I knew this was, in fact, the Twinkie defense. Harvey Milk and George Moscone getting killed.
Okay. This is also very topical in the news with the passing of Dianne Feinstein. But your correct answer is indeed Twinkies. Nice job.
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
I'm glad that came to me.
Will round 4, question 3 come to you because it's in the category of more crime, more punishment. This state was the first to outlaw the death penalty in 1846, making it the first English-speaking jurisdiction in the world to ban capital punishment for ordinary crimes, and one of 3 states, the other 2 being Alaska and Hawaii, to have never executed a person after achieving statehood. The speculated reason for the heavy anti-capital punishment sentiment in the state is that the British would take people who committed crimes in the state's largest city and transport them to Canada, where they would be executed.
Do you have meow meows, Nick?
I do. No. I have no meow meows. I have game theory only. So your answer makes more sense.
I mean, I like your answer. Okay. I don't have any specific thunder, Nick, but I'm willing to go with it if you want to with my answer.
I want to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, if we want to talk about it, we can block you from talking about it.
Yeah, but if we block you from blocking us, then you're blocked.
You can't block us from blocking.
One big block thing.
The only way you can block us from blocking you is to lock in.
I mean, I could be wrong about that, but this is my reasoning.
If you have something in the back of your head, Josh, we can go with that. Because like I said, I got nothing.
We'll lock in.
Okay.
Wasn't Pennsylvania?
The only negative I have with Pennsylvania is their largest city at that time would be Philadelphia, which is nowhere near Canada. But other than that, I liked Pennsylvania a lot. I thought about Rhode Island. I thought about Pennsylvania. I figure maybe Maine, Vermont, or New Hampshire because they're very close. Their largest cities are close to Canada. Same reason with Detroit, with Michigan.
Portland is the largest city in Maine. It's not that close to Canada.
Okay. If the reasoning for it is a reaction to the British, then I think it's going to be East Coast and probably Colony.
Okay, I actually would be okay with Maine. Now, New York has executed people, right? Like,
well,
I feel
New
like
York's
they have
largest city. Same reason. New York's largest city. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about who's never executed anybody. It could be. You know what? It's easier to not execute somebody if you're a small state.
That's true.
Like a Rhode Island.
I need an answer.
I like either
My
Pennsylvania
timer just
or
spooked
Maine.
me.
Either Pennsylvania or Maine or Rhode Island all sound as good to me.
We could go Rhode Island. They were always going against the grain.
All right, sure. Rhode Island.
All right, we'll guess Rhode Island.
Okay.
We're going on size. Size matters.
Nick and Josh, what did you say?
Yeah, so Nick and I, we basically had two states. We're going back and forth between Michigan and Vermont. Burlington, Vermont, and Detroit, Michigan, fairly close. We ended up actually going with Vermont just based on timelines. Vermont was admitted into the Union in the late 18th century. Michigan, I think, was 1830s. I felt that it was maybe more apropos for the British to do that in the late 18th century than in the early 19th. So we ended up going with Vermont.
Yeah, the only reason we had Michigan on the list is a game theory thing on my end.
Yeah, me too.
When Zahkia asks state questions, if it is a positive thing about the state, like 70% of the time, the answer is Michigan. So that's why I threw out Michigan, because Zahkia is always pushing the positive benefits of Michigan. But I had no actual knowledge. So when Josh started throwing out like, here's reasons why it could be Vermont, and here's good, like, solid thought processes behind it. And I'm like, yeah, it's also like the British. And like, when you think the British, you don't immediately think Michigan. So yeah, let's go with a colony state. That makes much more sense.
Well, Nick, I can say I resemble that remote. I kind of. It's mostly when people are asking me questions about a state that's positive, I'm inclined to think it's Michigan because I know all the positive things about Michigan. And yes, I'm very statriotic.
Statriotic.
I'm always promoting my state because people like to call it the murder mitten.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the state in question. It was admitted into the Union, I believe, in 1839. Didn't waste a lot of time getting rid of the death penalty because the British, not in the times of statehood, but in the early days of the state, would take people from the largest city, Detroit, and move them over to Canada.
Are you kidding me?
To execute them. The correct answer is Michigan.
All they had to do was take them down to South Detroit, and then they could cut their heads off.
Exactly.
Yep.
They didn't really execute them in South Detroit. They took them a little bit farther, but close enough where the Michiganders could see it. So, yes.
I mean, we had the same thought, Nick. We didn't go Michigan, but that was the reason.
We both had Michigan as a guess early on, too.
Sorry, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, the British pulled us away.
When Zahkia asks a state question, the answer is almost always Michigan.
That is not true. It's the
absolutely
opposite.
is.
You ask me about a positive state.
Zahkia, he's
Don't
right.
make me go to the debrief.
Do it. Alrighty. So at the end of round 4, Clint and Jonathan, you have 110. Nick and Josh, you have 117.
As much as I hate to say it, Nick's kind of right here. You love Michigan questions. Ben loves Michigan questions, Alabama questions, and Florida questions.
Yep.
I love Georgia questions, but they don't come up very often because I don't host that much. Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
And Carmela doesn't really ask state questions.
No, she used to. Virginia, lots of Virginia questions.
Oh, yeah.
We're all statriotic in our own ways. I love it. All right. Round 5, question 1. Your category. Ew, David murders a hit.
Ew.
Ew, David murders a hit. So I want you to give me the title of this new wave hit from 1983. And I'm going to try and sing it jazzy. So snap, snap, close enough, but not too far. Maybe you know where you are. Bam, fighting fire with fire. All wet, maybe you need a raincoat. Shake down dreams, walking in broad daylight. 365 degrees. I am not going to sing that again, but I will put it in your chat.
That was horrible. We loved it.
Thank stinks. I hate it.
No. That's the wrong band.
All right, let's do it, Nick.
All right,
Yep.
we're locked in. I've got meow meows. I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Oh,
83. Close enough, but not too far.
close enough, but not. Could this be Iran so far? I don't know that.
Let me see if I can get a verse.
Like, I don't think I would recognize lyrics of the verse.
Yeah, let me see if I can get a tune of a verse in here. So it's like, and I ran so far away, and da 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 da, dun 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 dun. I mean, I don't know. That is, I think, 83. It's definitely new wave, so it's a valid guess if we want to guess it. All wet. Maybe you need a raincoat. That comes out of nowhere in that lyric.
Fighting fire with fire. Your raincoat, shake that. This is nonsense lyrics. What is
365 degrees implies turning or spinning.
we're talking about? Broad daylight, 365 degrees, wet, something with weather.
So
It's raining
365
man.
degrees means like looking all around, you know?
That's 360 degrees.
Oh, what the hell? Why would they choose 365 degrees? What is that? I don't know, dude. I this isn't familiar to me right now.
I have nothing here, so we could just go with Iran.
All right.
So far.
We ran so far away.
Okay, I don't know why that tickled me so much, Jonathan.
Oh, were you laughing? I didn't hear it.
All right. Oh, yeah, I had to cover my whole face with my hoodie. Nick and Josh, you had meow meows, correct?
Yeah, 100%. I in high school I was on the wrestling team, and when the varsity wrestling team, when we went out to do our warm-ups before matches, would always have like a play-in song that we would play throughout the entirety of our little warm-up. And I have heard this song 10,000 times warming up for wrestling practices and getting everything ready to go. Fighting fire with fire. I think, Jonathan, the breakdown you're looking for is 365.
Burning down the house.
Burning down the house.
God, beep.
No.
So I can sing the lyrics as goes. Closing up, but not too far. Maybe you know where you are. Fighting fire with fire. All wet. Maybe you need a raincoat. Shake down. Trees walking in broad daylight. 365 degrees. Burning down the house.
So even within the lyrics, like within the stanzas, the phrasing is awkward, where you're gonna have a really hard time pulling it from getting the tune, because the way they sing is is disjointed.
Yeah, you sit there, you're like, shake down dreams walking in broad daylight. Shake down. Dreams walking in broad daylight. Yeah, there's no way to put that together.
Yeah.
But little hint in the category, David murders a hit, as David Byrne is the singer from the Talking Heads. So yes, burning down the house.
God, Clint, we did poorly on that, man.
I don't think I was gonna ever get there.
We did poorly. We could have gotten better than that.
Well, then it's on you, because I wasn't gonna.
It's on you.
I should have got closer.
No, Jonathan, you did poorly.
Yeah, I did. I feel like I should have got closer.
Round 5, question 2. Your category is flowers, not written by me, but actually written by David Abelafia.
Ew, David.
Ew, David. David is the through line for this category.
Yep.
Question. What purplish flowering plant, which is named for a Greek youth accidentally killed by the god Apollo, is also the name of a character on Bridgerton?
Oh, that's an advantage for Nick. I'm not familiar with that story or the color of that flower, Clint.
I'm just throwing that out there. I have no thunder about it. Sounds kind of Greek-ish.
I'm like 99.9% on that.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, okay, we're locked in.
Clint threw out hyacinth. I threw out violet and chrysanthemum. Then I threw out Iris, which he said is a goddess. And I'm like, yeah, but irises are purple. It doesn't have to be. There's other people named Iris, to which we had a fun little argument. And then you pointed out Adonis. Adonis, I think, is a great answer for the Apollo part. It could totally fit in there, maybe. It's the first one we've named that is a definite story character. And it said Apollo accidentally killed, but I don't know of a purple flower named Adonis.
Did Apollo accidentally kill Adonis?
I don't know. It's been too long since I've read stories.
Yeah, okay. I feel like there's another flower I'm trying to think of that starts with an H. Like I said hyacinth, but there's another one.
Hibiscus?
Oh, that is what I was trying to think of, that other one. Could that be it? Is that purple?
No, it's not. It's usually red or yellow.
Oh, it actually showed up on my emoji list with a little pink color.
Yeah.
It was unintentional when I was typing it.
Yeah.
Is hyacinth purple? I feel like maybe it is.
I don't know what a hyacinth looks like.
Is chrysanthemum purple?
Yes, chrysanthemum is purple. But I don't think that's a mythological character.
CH makes me think Greek. Do you know what it is? It's just like a words from a language.
Oh shoot, I have no knowledge of it other than the chrysanthemum throne is the name of the Japanese seat of power or something like that.
Well, there's no way it's violet. That's not Greek sounding. That's not a Greek word, right?
It's fair.
So hyacinth or
and you really don't like Iris
at
all.
I'm feeling like correct.
Because
Iris
there's
is not
a god
the name
named
of a
Iris.
Greek youth.
Why not?
It's the rainbow goddess.
Okay.
Did Apollo Iris? Apollo killed Iris. Apollo killed Adonis. Apollo and Adonis. See, they go together.
I think Apollo and Adonis are the ones who definitely go together. They have relation. We can say Adonis.
But is that the name of a flower?
Man, I don't know.
I feel like I've never heard of the Adonis flower. Is there?
I haven't either, but I don't know the answer.
That sounds like Adonis.
Belladonna.
Y'all have 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get there. We were gonna use these 30 seconds and
use them.
A Donny boy.
A Donny
boy.
Tulip.
Donny boy.
I get knocked down and I get up again.
I vote
Adonis.
Okay.
I don't have Hyacinth as a mythological character. If they are, then great. But we don't know that's a purple flower, and we don't know it's mythological. So at least we know Adonis is mythological and has some relation to Apollo.
Okay, Adonis, locked in.
All right, we're going to guess the Adonis flower.
Well, as Jonathan is well aware, I have read the entirety of the Bridgerton series.
Yes.
Usually I would come at this question from the Greek mythology side, but I've found the Bridgerton side to be easier on this. Jonathan and Clint, the matriarch of the Bridgerton family is Lady Violet Bridgerton.
No.
However, her youngest daughter and the 8th child is Hyacinth.
Oh, get the f*** out of here. Oh, God.
I was like, why is Nick being mean by letting them think it's Violet? That's terrible.
I hate everything about this question and answer right now.
Well, you know what? I didn't write it. You can say, ew, David.
No, it's not the question itself. It's Nick, honestly. I just hate Nick. That's the problem.
More Bridgerton questions, everybody. Just keep throwing them in.
So, from the Greek mythology angle, Hyacinth was a lover of Apollo, but Zephyrus, like the wind person, was also like, ooh, I like you too, Hyacinth. And jealous that Hyacinth preferred Apollo, he's like, oh, Apollo, throw this discus. And he threw it and blew it off and to kill Hyacinth. So,
so it was an accidental death.
Accidental death.
It was yeah.
Just like in the question. So, yes, your correct answer is Hyacinth. All right. Round 5, question 3. Your category is TV. Brought to you by Ew.
Ew, David Abalapia.
Yeah, brought to you by Ew, David Abalapia. If you search your soul, you might be able to come up with the name of the TV show that was the first winner of the Emmy Award for Outstanding Comedy Series that did not air on ABC, CBS, or NBC.
Wow, I am definitely showing my age here.
Yeah, we can do that.
I don't think it's right, but I don't think anything we've said is right.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
All right, friends, time. I need answers.
You and me both. All right, we'll lock in.
Yeah, we can lock in with yours, Jonathan.
Yeah, our guess is amen.
Wait. Sorry, hold on, wait.
I mean, you guys got to give me an answer.
Yeah.
Zahkia, enforce the time.
Unless the next thing you say is an answer.
Is that the answer?
No, that's a
You
movie.
can talk out loud. We're
Okay.
locked in.
Go with
Yeah,
yours.
no,
Great.
we're gonna guess amen, which I might have been Fox. It's a church comedy starring Sherman Helmsley after the Jefferson days were over. So that was our best guess with Soul Searching.
Nick and Josh, what did you say?
I mean, we struggled. I really didn't have anything to tie into this question. I was thinking early Fox shows, which would have been my guess, and Nick tied it in with his clue, searching my soul. Nick, what was the answer?
I thought I was trying to place Searching My Soul, and then I remembered the song by Vonda Shepard as the theme song to Ally McBeal was called Searching My Soul, and that's a
Was it really?
I think that was the name of the song. Was I've been searching my soul in life. Man,
Man, I haven't listened to that in 20 plus
I've been
years.
listening we were trying to debate what network Ally McBeal was on. We didn't think it was ABC, CBS, or NBC. We thought it was Fox. We had "Searching My Soul" as the theme song. I'm sure that won Emmys, and it would have been in the 90s, so it would have been early enough to be a first that wasn't on one of the other networks. It kind of ticked all the boxes, so we went with Ally McBeal.
I associate this show with the ooga 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 chaga ooga
With the baby.
ooga
Yeah.
chaga with the baby.
Dancing baby. Yep.
But "Searching My Soul" by Vonda Shepard is indeed the theme song to Ally McBeal, which is the correct answer.
That hurts.
Yeah, good job, Nick.
That really hurts.
Yeah.
Ouch.
No, I didn't remember that.
But fun story about amen, Jonathan and Clint. There is a video of little lowercase z watching TV, and I'm watching that show. And my mom is shouting at me, trying to get me to dance to the theme song because she would catch me doing that, apparently, when I was like a little toddler, like 3 years old, dancing to it. But that one time she had the video camera, I was not doing it. So
such
shout
a
out
disappointment.
to Shine On Me, Shine On Me. That's the theme song to Amen.
Yeah.
So at the end of round 5, Jonathan and Clint, you have 110. Nick and Josh, you have 147.
Wow, this has really turned on us, Clint.
That was a good round for us. Yeah.
Dang. That was a bad round for us, Jonathan.
No kidding.
Let's see if you can
go like I wanted.
You can pick it up in round 6. Round 6, question 1. Your category is Congress. Who is the longest serving Speaker of the House in terms of continuous tenure, having served as Speaker for 5 consecutive Congresses from 1977 to 1987. Elected to John F. Kennedy's congressional seat after he was elected senator in 1952, this man would go on to be reelected 16 times and called for the impeachment of Richard Nixon.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I was trying to match the dates, but yeah, we're locked in.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Clint, I apologize. This is my least good category right here. Congress, I know Bupkis.
There's a lot going on right now. You might want to pay attention.
No, that seems like the last thing I want to do.
Steny Hoyer is a person, but that's a more recent congressman, I think, though.
Steny,
Steny, and I'm not sure why that name is in my head exactly, but they're definitely a representative. But I'm worried that it's just some random person that I'm thinking of.
This isn't going to be like an Orrin Hatch or a Strom Thurmond or one of those guys who was around forever.
It's got to be someone from Massachusetts, right? If they took Kennedy's seat?
It's going to be a Ted Kennedy?
No, that's not going to be it. Okay. But could it be someone they named an office building for? Like, I'm thinking like they had it in the news where that guy pulled a fire alarm, and that was in Cannon. There's also Rayburn. Rayburn feels good. They named the office building after him too.
So this person became a representative in 1952. So even though they were the speaker from 77 to 87, they were a representative beginning in 52.
Jonathan, now that I've said it out loud, Rayburn's ringing something for me. I'd like to go with that.
With Rayburn?
If you are okay with it, yes.
Yeah, sure.
I think it's a guy named Rayburn.
Okay.
Okay, we're locked in.
Yeah, so we locked in with Rayburn, but I think I'm looking at it now. I think it actually might be Tip O'Neill because I think Rayburn's from Texas.
Tip O'Neill is too recent.
Is he? Well, we ended up going with Rayburn, but I feel he's from Texas. But for lack of better terms, that's what we came up with.
Right, and Clint, Steny Hoyer is Maryland 5th District. It's the one that's right next to us, and he's been there since, I'm gonna say he's been there for 45 years or something like that.
Yeah,
and he was the House Majority Leader up until recently.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, guys, you ready? So 10 points to Zahkia on this one. This is a little tricky. So Sam Rayburn holds the record for the longest Speaker of the House, serving over 17 years over 3 separate stints. I was asking who had the 5 consecutive things. The correct answer was said, but someone said it was too recent. It is not. It is Tip O'Neill.
All right.
Sam Rayburn also passed away in 1961, so there's no way this could be him, but yeah. It's okay. It's okay. There's always a round 6 question
Next
2.
question.
In the category, I was told that there would be no women in math.
Okay.
In September 2023, a conference targeted toward women and non-binary people in STEM was gate-crashed by dudes seeking jobs in tech. This conference is named after this woman, a computer scientist, Navy Rear Admiral, and creator of machine-independent coding languages, including Flowmatic and its extension, COBOL.
If you're good with that, I'm good with that.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, no. Rear Admiral, being ex-military, took a shine to this, but I know Grace Hopper, I believe, kind of fits the bill on all of this, so we came up with Hopper.
Jonathan and Clint, what did you say?
Yeah, when I hear Rear Admiral and a woman and computer programming, computer scientist, I think Grace Hopper, and that's what we said too.
Well, you guys nailed it. The correct answer is indeed Grace Hopper. Nice job.
All right.
Round 6, question 3. Your category is literature.
Literature.
Literature. Brought to you by Jacob Warwick.
Thanks, Jacob.
What 17th century French author wrote Little Red Riding Hood, Cinderella, and Sleeping Beauty over 100 years before the Brothers Grimm?
Yeah, that's the name that I was trying to get to. I had 2 other.
I actually wouldn't have put it that early.
Yeah.
That's got to be it, right?
I think it's right.
Okay.
We'll lock in.
Yeah, we're locked in.
French authors in the 1600s. Go.
The only thing that popped into my head was Cyrano de Bergerac, which I think is 1600s. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that if he wrote Little Red Riding Hood, that would be more of a thing.
I think Moliere is around that, but I think he's more of a playwright, not an author.
Yeah, I think we go with your original. First thought, best thought.
Yeah, I thought Vermont was my first thought too. I don't know how that turned out. Yeah, so I know this author. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce it right, but I believe it's Perrault or Prault, something like that. But that name's bumping around in my head as the originator of the modern fairy tale before the Grimm brothers. So Perrault.
All right, and Jonathan and Clint, what did you guys land on?
I thought we were going to catch up some ground, Jonathan.
Thought so too. But
we
we're
said
not.
Perrault.
I was like, immediately I'm like, oh, this is that guy, Petrarch, no, Plutarch, no, P something. And he says to me, Perrault. I'm like, yes, that guy.
So I can tell you it's not like Hercule. It's not Poirot. It's not like Ross and Perot. It's close enough. Charles Perrault. 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 But say Perot. Charles Perrault is your correct answer. Nice job.
Josh
teams.
is carrying us in round 6.
Mm-hmm. So at the end of round 6, Jonathan and Clint, you have 130. Nick and Josh, you have 167. Your category for the gauntlet is an issue of England and France.
All right, our wager's locked in.
All right, we're good.
Reluctance.
Okay. Question 1 of your gauntlet and the category, an issue of England and France. What region of France, of where Bordeaux is the capital, is home of Eleanor, Queen of France from 1137 to 1152 as the wife of King Louis VII, and Queen of England from 1154 to 1189?
We can lock that in, Clint.
Do it.
All right, our answer's locked in.
Nick, I'm pretty confident on our answer.
Yeah, sure.
Our answer's locked in.
Question 2 of your gauntlet. Eleanor had 5 sons and 3 daughters. One of those sons became this king and the signer of the Magna Carta.
That's it, Jonathan.
Nope, we don't.
I agree. Do we need a regnal number there, Clint, or is that good?
I will tell you what the number is.
Yep, that's what I thought. We're locked in.
We are locked in as well.
Question 3 in your gauntlet. What 1966 play written by James Goldman focuses on the lives of King Henry II, Queen Eleanor, and their children at Christmas time? It was adapted into a movie in 1968 starring Peter O'Toole and Katharine Hepburn.
Yeah, we can lock in with that answer.
We're locked in. Yeah.
I agree, Clint. I was about to type the same thing.
Let's lock it in.
All right, we're locked in.
Cool. So let's collect the answers. So what region of France is home to Eleanor, Queen of England and Queen of France? Nick and Josh, what did you say?
Well, when you hear Eleanor, I always hear Eleanor of Aquitaine. That was pretty given for us.
And Jonathan and Clint, what did you say?
I really wanted it to be Ella Normandy. That sounded like a fun little before and after there, but no, we also both immediately said Aquitaine. Cool.
Eleanor's son that became king and signer of the Magna Carta. Jonathan and Clint, what did you say?
It's King John, and it's John the First because he's the only one.
Okay. Nick and Josh, what did you say?
I mean, imagine being so bad that no one else wants to take your name when you become a king. John at Runnymede in 1215 was forced to sign the Magna Carta. So, John.
And the 1966 play written by James Goldman, focusing on the lives of King Henry II, Eleanor, and their children at Christmas time. Jonathan and Clint, what did you say?
It's Christmas time. It's those people you said. I think it's The Lion in Winter.
Okay. And Nick and Josh, what did you say?
Yep, Peter O'Toole, Katharine Hepburn, The Lion in Winter.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, everyone agrees on their answers. So, got to figure out if they're right. So let's start at the top. Region of France, home to, it's the home of Eleanor. She was, for the entirety of her life, the Duchess of Aquitaine. Woo. That is correct.
Cool.
There is a Eleanor of Normandy. She was a relative of William the Conqueror.
Wow.
Okay.
So,
Great. Should have gone there, Nick.
She does exist, but she's...
So you're saying that they shouldn't have made fun of me because it was a valid answer.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I mean, not in this case, but she is a person.
Okay.
The son of Eleanor that became king, signer of the Magna Carta, was indeed King John the Only. And the 1966 play was indeed The Lion in Winter. So this all comes down to wagers, my friend. This is going to be interessante.
I think that Clint and I should give our wagers first.
Yeah.
I think you should too.
So we absolutely said, I don't know what to do here. And Clint said he wanted to go big. I said, well, that's fine by me. How about 130? He's like, that sounds good. Let's do 130. So we bet it all.
Okay. Nick and Josh, do you want to share what your wager was?
We debated. I do operate under the auspices of Champions Bet Zero, of which Nick vehemently contradicted, said, no, that's not a good strategy.
So strategically, I agree with the concept of Champions Bet Zero. However, when in the lead, the odds that the trailing team is going to bet to be 1 point ahead of the leading team, I think is slim. So I think a bet of, taking us down to 1 point ahead of where they are if they bet zero made sense.
Yeah. So, we kind of shied away from that, and we were like, well, should we bet 30, 36? I was like, well, we felt pretty good about the game so far, and England to France felt pretty good about the category, so we bet 94 for the lockout.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
There you go.
94 pounds, exactly.
So with a final score of 261 to 260, Nick and Josh are your winners of this game by a hair.
Clint, I think the problem for us is that we didn't score enough points.
Yeah, looking back on it, there's one thing I would change. It would be to score more points than they did by the end of the game.
Yeah, I think we should try that next time, honestly. That was a strategic
Let's try that.
For sure. All right. Good deal.
I'll say, Nick, in round 5, you were on fire, man.
Round 5 hit me right where I live, but then I do not believe I had any value for the remainder of the game. You answered everything in 6 and everything in the gauntlet.
Pretty good. All right. Well, congratulations to Josh and Nick. They are our champions today. Before we go, we'd like to give everybody a chance to do shout-outs and promote causes that they care about. Josh, you're on the winning team, so you're up first.
Put me on the spot here.
You could have lost. We would have happily gone first.
I will say that this came about because my family was gracious enough to give me some free time. So I will say that if any chance to do things with your family, give them the love and support that we all know we want to do. And, in this time, in this age, it's crazy out there. Go for a walk in the woods, right? Go out into the playgrounds, do something with them, but, have fun.
Absolutely. For sure. Very good. All right. Clint, over to you.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to my family as well, my wife and daughter who I went to Austria with, and my parents, my brother, all my family who are coming over this afternoon to play parlor games for my birthday. Also, just a shout out to all of you guys at the Oaks Media Group family for putting out some great podcasts, and thank you for letting me play and listen to them.
Love that. Thank you. And Nick, you said you wanted to say something.
I do. So this is me. Zahkia started the show with a mea culpa. I'm going to end the show with a mea culpa. Back on the SporkleCon episode that we released a few episodes ago, I made a disparaging inference. That disparaging inference was against friends of the show, Tim Dipple and Brittany Shaw, who do an amazing podcast called the Frenemy Podcast. Ben, Aaron, Chris, and I were on one of the episodes recently, and Aaron was throwing in my face the fact that she beat me. No spoilers. And I told her that, that wasn't a big deal and made some other negative comments. So this is me apologizing to Tim and Brittany and telling everybody who's listening to the show to listen to the Frenemy Podcast. It is an amazing show. It was actually a lot of fun, and you should check it out.
There you go. All right. And with that, we are going to wrap it up. So for Clint, for Josh, for Nick, and Zahkia, my name's Jonathan. This has been episode number 448 of Trivial Warfare, where it's not just trivia, it's war. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Trivial Warfare. Be sure to check out the revamped TrivialWarfare.com as your one-stop shop to submit questions, join the community, and get access to over 150 archived episodes. Warm It Up was written and performed by Matthew Stevens. This episode was edited and produced by me, Joel Sharpton. For help with your podcast, visit ProPodcastingServices.com.